Hi, Corey. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How's it going?
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you for.
Where are you in LA? Where are you right now?
I am in LA. Yes.
Well, I'm in Toronto, and so thank you for your time today. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the film. Before we
Thank
talk
you.
about it, I want to ask something. You've had a really pretty good string of successes being a producer. So, how
Thank
did you
you.
know that the directing bug was biting you?
um, I think it's kind of something that I've dabbled in. I made a documentary a while ago. I made a few shorts. Um, I always felt like if I directed, it had to be something I wrote.
Right.
And I don't know. Maybe it just took me this long to write something good.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That's okay. There's no rush. You're a young
Yes.
young guy.
Yeah.
But so this story, very interesting. First of all, who can't relate to, gift exchanges, the friends getting together, people you think you know, but you don't really know. Very interesting. There's a lot going on in this film.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about how you came up with the concept, and was it something that you went through yourself?
Yeah, I mean, the white elephant part of it was definitely inspired by growing up, and my family went to a big white elephant with our extended family, and it was super competitive and really fun. I think the idea to do it as a movie was partly because I just love holiday movies, but wanted to do something really unique and different, and
Right.
that felt unique, and also a lot of the stuff that my company's been producing are more contained movies. They're just a little easier to get made when you can find a way to shoot it in one location. So I think my production partner and I were at lunch and we said we should do a holiday contained movie. And I was like kind of so fun. But as far as the storyline, I think I don't think there's enough movies made about this generation, this sort of, or not generation, this age group, the
Yeah.
sort of mid to late 20s, and all the different you really find yourself in those areas and ages, and so all of the different storylines are really things that I went through of finding out you're going to have a kid and not having the best reaction to it, or finding out someone was unfaithful, or this sort of back and forth, are they, aren't they? And even like with John and Marcy, of John, like sort of struggling with his wife being so successful and he's not yet, and just
Right.
all of those things are all things that I went through and things my friends went through, and I thought if you could put all that out and do it and have the gift exchanging sort of cross into it and
Right.
impact it, like it does, they don't really happen separately. It kind of happens all together, which is what I love.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what's the worst gift you've ever given and the worst gift you've ever got?
Wow, the worst. In college, I for Valentine's Day. Is it okay to do a different holiday than
You
Christmas?
can
Because
do whatever you
okay,
want. Yeah.
so I hate to go a different holiday, but for a
Okay.
girl I was dating in college got me a coffee maker, and I don't drink coffee.
All right.
So
That was thoughtful, though. It was
yeah,
thoughtful.
I mean, I don't know if it was like for herself or
Right. See, ulterior
yeah,
motives.
yeah.
Always.
And then guess what? We broke up on that day, on Valentine's Day.
Did she
So
take back the coffee maker?
no, I kept it.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Spite. I love it. I love it.
Course. Why would I give it back?
Yeah, exactly.
Worst gift
Exactly.
I've ever given. I'm actually really good at gift giving, so I can't think of anything off the top of my head that was bad.
Okay, best
Um,
gift then. What's the something that was really meaningful that you gave to somebody that you thought, wow,
yeah,
this is the best
yeah,
gift I've ever given?
yeah. When my wife turned 30,
Yeah.
I made her a video, and this was like pre-social media. So this would probably, but I made her a video, and I had about 25 like A-list celebrities wish her happy birthday, and it took me about 2 years to make that. And so yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably the best gift.
listen, I've been doing this job for a long, long, long time. And well, my son's 29 now. For his bar mitzvah, for his 13th birthday, I collected over 100 celebrity well wishers,
Awesome.
and I did the same thing.
Yeah.
And it was pre-internet, which was great
Yeah.
because it would have completely gone viral. But I mean, the people that I got, whoa! I mean,
Oh,
it was
that's amazing.
Johnny Depp. I mean, I got some good ones.
Yeah,
That's
that's
some good
awesome.
ones. So yeah, I can relate on that
That's
end of it.
awesome.
When you were casting this film, obviously, you got to be careful because it's a group of actors who have to seemingly seem close knit, especially off the top. So how did you cast it? How did some of them know each other from before? How did it all go down?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we casted just through casting, and it was in August of last summer during the pandemic, and so everyone was available, and like actors who I think would otherwise be filming TV shows, like Devin from 13 Reasons Why, or
Yes.
Carmela from You, like, but they were all kind of available. So we had a lot of people audition, which was super flattering, and like, and then. It was interesting because Nathan, who plays Billy, originally auditioned for John, and we loved him. He had a mustache, and he was like so silly.
Yeah.
And we were kind of getting ready to offer that to him, and the casting director said, "Well, you know that his wife is Lana, who you guys are looking at for PJ." I was like, "Shut up!" I said, "We should have them read as Billy and PJ." So then we had them read together, and it was like awesome. And the idea that they could rehearse together because it was
Right.
during but then, to answer your question as far as the friend chemistry, when you make a movie, you sort of become instant family. But that's because you kind of like are together for a couple of months or whatever. And I was worried that with this movie, we wouldn't have that because of the pandemic and because all of our rehearsals were over Zoom. But it turned out we still grew very close. And I think we did about 10 days of rehearsals, which is way more than you normally would, but everyone was available. And also we wanted everyone to come to set completely memorized. So, and they did. So that, but we would rehearse for about an hour and then just stay on Zoom for another hour, like, getting to know each other. So by the time we actually came and met in person, everyone was like so excited and felt like we were like friends forever. And I think that is a big part of it,
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it totally makes it work. And so I have to ask you, speaking of Billy, okay, how many puns did you actually write for him, or were any of them improvised?
uh, so after he was cast, and I knew how silly Nathan was because he originally auditioned for John. And I said, I really want you to embrace this pun thing. And I was telling him kind of the inspiration for it, and some friends and we kind of just try to out pun each other all the time. And so I said, I think you're always trying to impress both John, who's kind of your best friend, and your wife with your puns. You always want to be one of, and he was like, I got you. So he wrote a whole bunch as well. And then I'd say about half that are in the movie were in the script, and about half were his that he wrote.
Yeah, that's good.
And then we had obviously like dozens on the cutting room floor, So
I'm sure.
yeah.
And you were saying that it's all self-contained into this one room. Like they don't go anywhere. So I
Yeah.
mean, realistically, I mean, it could be a play. They could just do that on a stage and do
Yeah,
the
we
same thing.
really shot it like a play or a
Yeah.
multi-camera sitcom, and we built a lighting rig above it, so we weren't stopping to reset lighting and things like that. And Lana and Nathan, Matthew, a lot of our cast have done a lot of theater, and
Right.
so I have not, but the way it worked. It was the perfect like pandemic movie in that way.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Yeah, and what's also fun to see like how it all evolves with the friends, because like they've been, it's established that they've been doing this for years and they have so much fun doing it. And but all of a sudden this particular year there's all these little secrets, things that are being divulged, or and how they kind of find out things about each other that they didn't. Or the character of PJ, like she could be a real bitch, like what she divulges, like whoa, I was like, that's not a good friend. I found that very interesting dynamic of the film.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have that reaction of how could she be so cruel? And
Yeah.
I think it's a testament to how great of an actress that Lana is. That still by the end of the movie, you fall back in love with her, even after everything she did.
Yeah.
And but to the people who say that, my answer is, have you ever found out that the person you love was unfaithful to you? Because you don't know how you will react. And um, so, it's easy to say that you would never be that cruel until you go through something like that,
I
you
guess
know?
you're right. No, no, absolutely. I would probably be like, I agree. Listen, you're right. You're right. You feel
Yeah,
like she's bitchy, but maybe only because like, ooh, maybe, we relate to her just a bit too much,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. And I think, you know, um, when she reveals that, Joey is pregnant,
Yeah.
I think that it's less about trying to purposely blow up everybody's secrets and things than it is that she's just kind of lost control of all of her emotions. And so, you can kind of look at that in a few different ways, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's great that you got this all done and ready and during the pandemic. Amazing. So what are you working on next now? What do we see you
Yeah,
next?
it's funny when I was writing this, we were developing a movie called Rose All Day, and so I said, "Oh, I'll do this little Easter egg thing, and I'll have
On the
this."
bathrobe.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly. So we actually made that movie. We shot it in April,
great.
and we're in post on it now. And I'm really excited with how it's looking. It's a great cast in that. And then I'm directing a documentary that we're in post on right now. It's a comedy,
Oh,
comedy documentary that's pretty fun. And then I've been writing actually the White Elephant sequel. So
I was going to say, I'd like to see this group back together again and see what happens after. So good. I'll look out for that.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, that's great, Corey. Thank you so much for your time today. The film is a lot of fun and
Oh, thank
a
you.
pleasure getting the chance to talk to you today. Thanks so much for
Likewise,
your time.
likewise. Thank you
Okay.
so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Bye
All
bye.
right, you too. Bye bye.
Thanks.